of it. But I am going to, I'm wrapping up my teaching, and then I'm going to at least put at least two practice quiz on it for costing only, and that you can get in that towards your, when you get your final test. So if you can practice that now, that means you'll be fine. When you come on to the test now, it won't look unusual to you. All right. But I am imploring you to please go back through the videos, go back through the activities that we have been doing so far based on the costing, and practice them towards the practice test as well. It is imperative that you do so, right? Sahora, I need you to come see me sometime next week, please. All right? Am I speaking to myself?
Let me hear your Cyrus.
So, please, please go back to your videos, get some practice in, and so on. What was the last, when we had class, the last class, we did practice, we did what? What was the last thing that we topic that we were on? Learning to do what? Finding what? What were we finding? Hello?
Miss, we were doing AP purchases
We're
and finding
finding,
the
and what?
portion cost and total
Right.
estimation and all them
Good.
something.
So how do anybody can remember now how we find the Porsche, or we find the, as per the price? How do we find the, how do we find the total extensions or the total price? How do we find that? Anybody can remember that?
Miss, you got
Miss, your
times the
multiple
weight, right? Right.
by the price.
Good. The weight by the as purchase price. Good. Or Tiola's online. Wah. Tiola, look like morning, Tiola. Tiola, I need you to come and see me sometime next week as well.
Okay, miss.
Between Monday to Thursday. Friday, Friday is not necessarily a good time. All right, so we talk about the total extensions. Anybody can remember what about how do we find the total number of portions? What's the first thing we will do?
Convert the pounds to ounces.
All right, great. You convert the pounds to ounce first. Yes. Then what is next?
Miss, you gotta have the I think what you gotta have the original weight, you gotta subtract the waste from it.
Right. Ah, that's right. You subtract the waste. And
Mm.
then now, after you subtract the waste, then what is next?
You divide the portions. You divide after you get that, you take out the waste from the weight. The weight that is left, you gotta use the portion to divide it by. That's all.
Right. The portion size.
Yeah, that.
Right. And then what we get when you divide it? What do we get after that? What is the final figure we get? It is the total what?
Are the cost? Are the I don't know cost.
No. The
Are the just the
total,
portion?
right, the
How much I
total
get?
number
Oh
of
yeah.
portions. Right, the
Mm.
total number of portions. Excellent. So the next thing now, how do we find the portion cost? Want to find the portion cost. What will be the next thing to find the portion cost?
Mister, it's gonna be the extension, the total extension,
Right.
um, divided by the total number of portions.
You look like you're ready for testing, no, Anil. No, you look like you're ready, you know. I like it. Yes, excellent. Excellent. Great job. Right. So that's what you do for that. But ladies and gentlemen, where is my homework?
Miss, I gotta be honest with you, my seat, you know, on Monday when I was in class with Miss Thompson, I said,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, Miss schoolwork. And then the picture them, I never finished. Somebody after I finish those, and it was just a mess. So I never get to do it.
But on the need for do it because I don't, and if you're not doing the practicing, you know, I don't know how you're going to manage, you know. I'm telling you straight up. It's a lot. It might look like it's a little bit, but it's a lot of work, a lot of practice it's going to take to make sure that you know what you're doing. Remember that big, right? The one I talk with all the bacon in noodle nest, that one question like that value at least 20 marks, you know. And if you don't pass the maths part, you're not able to pass the buffet part. I'm telling you. I'm just going to be realistic with you. If you don't pass the calculation part, you're not able to pass the full the buffet plus this because both of them come together. So I'm imploring you, please get in some practice. All right, so when we get our all right, let me share my screen, please, because I'm just basically going back through some of the things that we have been doing, because I've basically covered the content of the calculation part already. Wow, when we let me share my screen. Oh, and please note, and let me just tell you from by the end, I'm not sure if I said it to you, but after the end of this month, I'll be on leave for 3 weeks. So on a hand and own for 3 weeks without me.
Miss, we are going to suffer.
I'm sorry, dear, but I have to take a break.
Miss, Miss
Mm,
Manoman, you need a break. You need a break.
yeah, I need it. But that's why I want you to guys know. So I'm going to put up the quiz for you to do, and I want you to practice. When you do the quiz, please. I'm going to put up the quiz on the platform for you to do.
Miss
And
on
I'm
Teams.
put up on the same platform. No, man, on Moodle.
Oh, Moodle. Moodle,
Yes,
Moodle.
I'm going to put up on the Moodle so I can grade it, say you get at the end. You understand? So at least you know where you're at pertain to the work, to pertain to the calculation aspect of it. Right? So I'm going to put up that on the Moodle platform so you can get to do that for next week. So next week we won't have a class. You'll be using the time period to do the practice quiz. Understand?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
All right. Remember this one? Remember this question? You see the screen?
Yes, miss.
All right. So when you see something like that, what would be the first thing that we're going to be doing when a question comes like that? What's the first thing we'd have to do?
Convert the
First thing you have
pounds.
to do is determine the amount of the product that you would need to buy.
Determine the amount of product that you need to buy.
Yes, Miss, like
Uh,
determine the amount of shrimp that you're going to need.
yeah, but we know how much we need. It is there. We know how much we
Miss, you
need.
would
But
convert.
you
You would
mean you
convert
want
it.
to know how much, what is the price for the items? That's what we want to find out, the price. We already know what we need. This is this what is what we need, you know. This is the menu. This is what we need. But what we don't know is the price for the individual items. Get what I'm saying? We don't know the price for the individual items. So that is what you have to, to find out. What is the price for each of your items? Because it gives you the information, but we want to find the cost. So remember this. Okay, so remember what you purchase is not what your recipe will, because you buy in bulk. So when you buy in bulk, now you have to break it down to go to price the recipe that you're having. My advice moving forward when you're doing your time plans is to start pricing your recipes. Put in some prices to that, to what you're doing. Look at how you buy it and break it down to your recipe that you have. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Miss.
Right?
Yes.
So I know how to calculate these things. Alright, so you break it down to the recipes that you want to price your recipes. You're pricing it. Then now you have, all right, let's say though, looking at this question, let me just add another question to this. Add something else to this and you can tell me how you think we would get it. How much to charge a party 30 persons in order to realize a profit? How you think we would find out that? How much we will charge? How much we would charge a party of 30 persons? How you think we would find out that? Anybody have any idea you think we could find out that?
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, you can
Yes.
do some you can do one the top questions, Miss. I can do one for me, please.
The one of what? Top question. What you
The
mean?
the questions, Miss. The ones at the top.
You mean the one that we got through before?
Yes, yes, Miss.
Who not stressing me at all? But kind of not going back over what you do. All right. We are okay to do the calculation for each item, right? Yes? No?
Yes, Miss.
Fine. After you calculate you add all your items, right? Which will give us our total food cost. When it asks you to find the labor cost, the labor and overhead, it's 40% of your food cost. So it's here it is 40% times the 9,000, 19,000, all our add up, and we add up everything, which includes the cake, because it says the cake recipes is per dozen and it include in the menu. So we added up everything and it gave us, including the cake price, it gave us $19,216.10. Then now we find the labor cost, And it says here the labor cost is 40% of food cost. So we find 40% of the food cost, and it gives us $7,686.44. Right? The next thing it
Miss,
asks us,
I don't
yeah,
know, Miss, but still kind of confusing a little.
what aspect? I don't understand what you mean. You understand up to this point where we do the we add up everything? These are all the figures that we calculated and we add up everything. Is that fine? I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing any response.
Miss?
Yes?
Miss, oh, you get the 40.
The question give it to you. It tells you. It comes with the question. See there. 40%. It tell you. You're estimating how right. So the question give it to you. Right? The question tells you what is the percentage for the food cost. Now remember that what you're doing, it is estimating how much money will be taken out to fulfill like your light, your water, the labor, which is the people them who you pay. So it's saying that 40% of what you buy, you calculate your food cost, and 40% of that would would be you would consider to be your labor and overhead costs. So that's where the 40 comes from. There's a percentage. Clear
Miss,
on
so you
that?
go miss the out of everything at the top, the ketchup, the tomato, the salt, you go add 40% for out of it.
Right. So here we remember now, see the individual items here that we did, right? And we add up all of the items. You seeing that right there at the bottom? It's a total food cost. You seeing that? You seeing it?
Yes, miss, but
Yes,
me not
Miss.
see where you do the 40% from it.
See tier labor cost. You're not seeing it there, sir? See
Yes,
there?
miss.
So still the labor cost, is 40% of the food cost, and there's your figure. So that means it's saying that it's $7,686.44 will be taken out now to pay the labor and the other overheads, like your light, your water, whatever it is. So 40% of your total food cost would be for labor slash overhead.
Mister, can scroll up to the top, please.
All of this I've sent to you, all of this sending on the email. I don't know, no, not looking back in the emails that I sent because I sent all of the work, to. And then not looking back, Some, somebody can get whoever coming in, please, because I'm not able to go on that right now. Somebody, are you seeing the persons who not help me,
Yes, Miss. Yes.
You can let in the persons who coming in, please.
Yes, miss.
Miss will
All
let them
right.
in.
Okay, thanks. Now, look. Here, what? Just a sec. I am going to pull down the homework what me did send. Cause stressing me. Not going back over on the work. And then not listening back to the video either. Just a sec. I'm going to pull down the homework. And then we're going to go through the homework. Since you don't know what homework mean, let me do. Just a minute. So William, now come here. Put it at half an hour intervals, boss. All right, while I try to find it, a question there. Remember the first one, that calculation that we did? How do we calculate? How do we find? How do we convert a recipe? Remember that? How do we convert a recipe?
Mr. Can you elaborate, please? Convert it to what?
Conversion of recipe. What is the formula to convert a recipe? That's one of the first thing that we did. Conversion of recipes. You know, anyone? You remember new yield over all yield?
Miss, you could know. Yes, I miss you say it.
Me don't know because it takes so long, me not hear nothing. It not take so long to answer the question.
Mr. Joker.
Yeah? How do you calculate a new recipe? What's the formula?
This is new yield divided by the old yield.
Mm-hmm. What does that give you?
Oh yeah, the
The
conversion
multiplier.
factor.
All right. And what do you
Then
do
you
with the
Remember.
conversion factor?
Miss, you multiply the quantity by the multiplier to get the new recipe.
Okay. And that is something that you should know by heart by now, because that is something that is going to always use. Because remember now, when you're doing your when you're going into the kitchen, you have to convert what you're doing, because the recipe, what you have, does not necessarily go for. So your recipe might call for 10, but you really want it for 3 or 4. So you must be able to convert it for that. I was looking for the questions on this machine, but I forgot that I did it at home on my laptop. So I'm just downloading it. The question that I sent that nobody really look at.
Mr. Kayakay?
I am just so disappointed.
Miss, this one will
Banana?
get better.
Yeah. Oh boy. Come on, we have to push a little bit. I know that I know that things are a bit rough and it's not easy, but we have to try to put in the work for all that we're doing, because everything is I know, and time is upon us, and you don't really want to be here more than what you need to be. You understand? You will love to finish when it's time to finish, but without you giving up all your work, all of your assignments, everything that you have to do, you won't miss it. So I hope you don't have no outstanding assignments either for either the soup cluster, the meat cluster, and you don't have no assignments outstanding for that either, because you can't
Miss, me I
be
come to school
certified
right now.
without it.
Come finish up then.
You don't want
No
to
really the
neglect.
assignment, the pictures, the labels and
Oh,
pictures.
so I hope all of the assignments don't have nothing outstanding pertaining to that. All right. All right, let me share back my screen. One sec, please. Why it's not? Ah, computer slow upon me, man. May I second her, please? Think I slow upon me. We're going on quite fine. It's just a bit. Let me try one more time for share this screen. You seeing the screen?
No, miss.
Yes,
I can see the
miss.
screen.
Okay, it's coming up now.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
All right. So, what's the first thing we're going to work out now? Come working this first
Miss,
question
could you
together.
please enlarge the words because I can't see them properly. Thank you.
All right, there you go. Better?
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
All right. So there is a question. We have 6 pounds of cabbage at $50 per pound, 2.5 pounds of carrots at $420 at a with a $420, 5 pound bag, 3 pounds of tomato at $60. That means it is bought it
Miss?
Don't go, miss, don't go.
Shiny gone.
Something wrong with her.
It still says leaving on my screen. Mommy!
She done gone.
Mommy, you can pass the yogurt. Mommy.
Come on, your YouTuber.
Oh, sorry.
I'll make everybody knows that she eat yogurt.
Ah! Me no want nothing. Miss Cole look come. Are we? Miss Cole gone.
Yeah, look like something wrong with our computer and she got kicked off accidentally or something.
Okay, when she come back, tell her say I'm on my way to school. That's why I'm not on. Please and thanks.
Sorry, everybody, I got kicked off. Are you hearing me?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
Sorry about
Yes,
that.
miss.
The thing I did a talk up a time and I noticed the teams just shut down for me a while ago.
Miss, that's fine. Julian said that she's on her way to school right now, so she won't be able to attend the class anymore.
And oh, Jillian, you said?
Yes, miss.
Okay, I hear you. All right, tell me, tell me if you're seeing the screen, please.
Not yet, miss.
All right, so come up. Oh Lord. Not seeing it yet?
No, miss.
No, miss.
No, miss.
Oh, jeez. Why is it giving it so much problem? Oh Lord, it'll freeze up again.
It's probably a sign.
A sign say what?
Sideboard.
A sign say what? You can't say about sign and you can't say there. Anything?
No,
Yes,
miss. Yes, miss.
miss.
I see it now.
No. Oh,
Miss,
yes, miss.
Miss,
All right.
just
What?
enlarge it a little bit more, please.
Trying.
Miss, this is the original one.
This is the one that I sent to you. This is the one I sent to you. The one I emailed to you from the last class. This is the homework, what I never do.
Miss, you're not for be so salty.
Yeah.
Should
Oh, me
be
not be
aware.
sour. When you get the homework and you not do the homework, I'm not for smile and nod. That you're telling me?
Be aware.
You must be the way. No, I forgot to send it to her. I never remember, but I gotta send it to her. Yeah. We must smile and nod and say, oh, you guys are doing so well. You're not doing the homework. Oh my. What a nice set
Miss,
of training.
why, miss? Yes.
And that's the one to say, oh, how lovely. You're not doing the homework, you're not practicing.
You say that now
Okay.
because we know say any typical Jamaican teacher would I get really upset if we never do them homework.
Ooh. So I'm just saying no, guys. I am not quarreling, I just want you to understand the importance and that it only will help you. It's not helping me, it's helping you, right? So the more you practice it, the easier it gets. And maths, some people don't get maths quickly, but if you don't do the practice, and maths is practice. Just like cooking is practice, the more you cook, the easier it gets. Everything takes practice. All right, so let us work out the first one, which is cabbage. How are we going to calculate cabbage, everyone?
$50.
Miss, before
Times
Miss, I can
6.
explain what this fall under, Miss.
What is what?
I can explain where it fall under. Like could I said, like for example, like you I said the new eel over the old eel. Like I can get a formula for this one.
There is no
I
specific formula for this, dear. There's no specific formula for this. We have to be we are doing menu or menu hold on there. Let me give it a proper name for it. Oh, it is just it's not necessarily a you could call it menu costing or something like that. But there's no specific formula. There's more than one thing we do within the question. So the first thing we have to do is calculate the cost for the recipe. So that's the first thing we're doing. So we have to find the cost for the recipe. So we have to find the cost for each item. So there's no specific formula. There are just a number of things that we have to do based on the question that is asked. Understand?
Understood.
yes, Miss.
All right, good. So let us work out this first item now. We're working out to calculate the cost for cabbage. So what are we going to be doing?
First, we're going to calculate 50 times 6.
All right, so $50 times this 6, and what does that give us?
$300.
$300. So one sec there, class. Good. One sec. Please, when you get the chance, get back tablets, because the videos, yeah, remember that is was part of the deal. What do you mean? Still put it under that. Alright, so put them in one folder on the system, and I can use my external hard drive and take them out. But they need to be compiled. Yeah. Sorry about that. So that is how much we say? 300?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Right.
Yes, miss.
So let's just work out the next one. The next one we're working out is carrots. That's a carrot spell. What? How we will find out the cost now for 2.5 pounds of carrots?
Miss, so first we're going to do 5 divided by 420 so that we can
Stop
find
right
how
there.
much per pound.
Okay, good. All right, excellent. So 450 divided by the 5. Good. And how much that would be?
Let me see.
Um,
420.
oh, sorry, 420.
Miss,
Thank you.
can I ask a
Yeah.
question, Miss? Why you do it by 5, Miss?
Why would do what?
Why why divide the 420 by 5?
Because okay, they buy it in a 5-pound bag. That means a 5-pound bag costs $420, right? But we want to find the cost for 2.5 pounds. So what we have to do is calculate the cost for 1 pound of carrot first. And then we'll be able to calculate how much for the 2.5 pounds. Get what I'm saying? You must first break it
Yes.
down, find the cost of one, and then now be able to find the cost of what the recipe asks for. So we're dividing it by 5 because that's how we bought it. We bought a 5-pound bag, but we do not know what is the cost for the 2.5-pound bag. So we have to find the cost for 1 pound first. So when we divide the 420 by 5, what does that give us?
84.
$84. What
And
are we going to do with the $84 next?
multiply it by 2.5.
Multiply by 2.5.
Yes.
Good. So that we find the cost now for the 2.5 pound of carrot. So how much is that?
$210.
So 210. So that means 2.5 pounds of carrot cost $210. So we're calculating the cost for each item. What's the next one we're calculating?
Miss the 3 pounds of tomato.
All right, good. The 3 pounds of tomato.
Go on,
So
Alicia.
tomato. All right. So what's the first thing we're going to be doing? Finding what first? What do
The
we
cost.
know and what for?
We know that 2 pounds of the tomatoes for $60. So we need to find the
Right.
cost pound.
All right, good. So how we're going to calculate that now?
If you divide the 60 by the 2 pounds, and you're going to get what? 30, and then you times it by 3. Well, forget the one, you're going to divide it by 3.
All right, so times it now by 3, and what we get?
90.
Come again. 90. So that means it's $90 for the 3 pounds of carrot. So we always have to break it down depending on what it is asking. Break it down, find the cost of one, then multiply, you get the cost of what it is asking for. It depends on how the question is written. The next thing we need to find out now is
Miss the 2-pound cucumber.
the cucumber. Good.
Cucumber. Water.
So the cucumber, what does it and how we're going to calculate for the 2 pounds?
Mrs. already have 1 pound, $15 a pound, so I already have the cost for 1 pound, so just like times it by 2.
Thank you. I don't know it, you know. You know it, you just need to practice. So that would give us what?
30.
Yeah. All right, good. So the next thing we need to work out now is mayonnaise. Also mayonnaise spend mega spend. All right. How we're going to calculate mayonnaise now?
Miss, we're gonna do the same thing, like divide the 45 ounces into the no, but I'm a 45 ounce bottle. Miss, I
Miss,
don't
when
know.
you divide it, the 45 into the 200.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
why you get to multiply it by 15.
Exactly. Good. So, all right. So what's the cost? What's the amount? Work it out. What's the 200 divided by the 45?
$4.40. Wait, let me check that back again, yeah.
Check.
Oh yes, Mrs. Correct. And then you multiply the $4.
$4 what?
Of
40
course,
cents.
I've
Really?
just put. cents.
40 cents.
It's not. You check it again.
Miss, that's
$4.40.
what I got also.
4.444444.
Thank you. $4.44.
Oh,
Put the 2 cents.
Yeah, it can't be 40. You want something there? $4.44. So you can't say 40 cents. Remember money, money. So what we do with the $4.44 now?
You times it by the 50.
We times it by
15.
15, and that equal to
66 points and $60.
66. Come on,
66.
remember, so we must put it.
$66.06. No, sir.
06 or 60.
You have to put the 66. Come on, I remember.
I know
And 66
66.
cents.
A 6. 66.6, Missy. So no 6.
All right,
It get
hold on. 4.44 times 15, $66.60. Remember, if you have a
so
one place, yes, that's how it must write. That's
I'm
how it must
What
confused.
write.
it
The
mean?
six.
Put 2 decimal
Huh?
places when we use.
No, listen. Remember, it's money you're dealing with, right? Remember, it's money, and if you have a 0.6, it's 60 cents. You put the placeholder. If it was 6 cents, you put 0.6, different from 60 cents. So it's money, and I have $66.6. You have $66.60. You have a
So,
play. You
Miss, we're
have to
not
put
going to round
zero.
it off to the
Huh?
nearest hold on number. We're
Not
not
with
going
the
to round it off
money.
to the nearest.
Money is a bit
Oh,
different, Money is a bit different than if you're dealing with pounds and ounce and then something there. It's a bit different.
okay.
So you have to know what how you when you deal with money, you have to be as exact as possible because it's the people that money you're working with.
Yes, Miss.
Alright. So alright, so the next thing we're working out now is ketchup.
Me said it tell you how much something in a 1 quart, or am I
See
just
there, sit on there, look at
Oh,
it.
Miss, it's
The information is
120.
is equal to 32? Oh, so just the same thing. That
good. So you have to
120.
right. So that means nothing is changed with it. So that means you just leave the 120, right? So sometimes it can happen like that. You don't have to calculate anything, but you have to still read the information carefully. Understand?
Yes, miss.
Yes, Miss.
I need to write this out. I'm going to go on Google, go find something. Oh, boy.
All right. So please add up those figures. We're going to be adding.
I'm going to find this out. Calculator. Plus 4, plus 9, plus 30, plus 66.68, plus 120.
Miss, I can
Eight
tell why we
hundred and
for the
sixteen
ketchup
dollars and
remain
sixty
120.
cents.
Come again? What
After
you saying?
Miss, I'm asking why the 32 ounce bottle of ketchup it equal to the 120, please.
It is saying that $120 is for the quart. That's how, but look at the notation here. It says 1 quart equal 32 fluid ounce. Right? Ounces, that means 1 quart of 32 ounces in the buckle. 1 quart and 32 ounces is the same thing. That's what it is saying. 1 quart equal 32 fluid ounce. To convert, but so we have nothing to calculate here because the same amount that is in the buckle is the same amount that we need. So we won't be able
Okay.
to, we not have nothing to calculate. If it was saying 52 ounce, it would have different. But the fact that 1 quart equals 32 fluid ounce, there was nothing to calculate. So we'll just use the figure because it remains the same. So you just have to look at what the question asks and see if you need to calculate something, yes or no. So what we're saying now is the food cost will have added up now. What is the, so the 300?
Miss 300? Wow.
No, man, I am putting the figures together. The 300 was the first one, plus 210,
Plus
plus
90,
90, plus
plus 30.
30, plus $66.60, plus
Cents.
120. Not times, plus. All right, what does that give us?
$860.
$816.60.
816.
Yes, miss, and 60 cents.
All right, good. So we know that was the food
Cost.
cost. But now let's go to the question now. Let's go to the question. It says now the cake, it says estimate the labor cost at 40%. It also said the cake costs $4,500 to be included in the menu. Packaging cost $600. Transportation 6% of food costs, and the cost of the meal to get a markup of 40% on cost. So what's the next thing we're going to be doing? So we'll know how much everything added to. What's the next thing we're going to be doing?
Miss, we could have add up the cake costing
Good. Add the cake.
and the
So when we
packaging
add the
costing.
first, hold on.
Oh.
No, not yet. We add the cake because the cake include in the menu. So add the cake now, the 4,500.
$5,316.60.
4316.
Yes, yes. And 60 cents.
60 cents. Good. So we know how much is our food cost. This is our food cost because that is also includes our cake. So the next thing we're going to be calculating is what?
Package cost.
No, we don't reach packaging yet.
Miss,
Remember
now we're gonna
packaging,
take
we
the
put the
40%.
packaging.
Oh no, you're gonna take
Right.
Miss, but the transportation costs are come out of the food cost, so we're gonna take out the 40 and then take out the 6%.
Remember, you know, we'll find it. Okay, yes, but here what is happening? It's a food cost. So this is the food cost amount, right? The 5,300 and so on. 500, right? So that is our food cost. It says first, estimate the labor and overhead to be 40% of food cost. So our labor / overhead is 40%. I remember 40% is out of what?
100.
100.
40 divided by 100. And we multiply that now by the food cost. The 5,316 and 60 cents. So what will be that now? What will be the labor cost now? 40% of that figure.
Miss $2,126.64. $26.64.
$2,164. Good. So we work out the labor cost. What is the next one we're going to calculate?
Miss, I don't know which order for do them, you know.
No,
we're
it
gonna,
can
so we're
come.
gonna take
It come
out
tricky, you know.
everything. Miss, so we're gonna take out may I try understand it to say we're gonna take out all of the percentage them and then we're gonna take out the packaging cost.
Then we'll add the packaging cost. Not
Oh yeah,
take it
add
out,
it.
add it.
Yeah.
Yes, the last thing we're going to work out is the markup. The markup is last. Because
Miss, now
remember,
we're
say
gonna
it
do the
says
transportation.
we're going to do the transportation next. Yes.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss. So if the cake casting come, if we do the cake casting first, why the cake casting never come at number one, and then the
Look here,
labor
the
and
questions,
come.
the question not going to always come like how you want it to come. The question can be tricky, so you have to read it with understanding. And so I'm giving you like how I know it might come on the test and external exams, because I'm not going to make it so straightforward. So I'm giving you just like how I know they might bring it in the test and the exams. So you have to read it carefully and understand what it is saying. So I am giving you just like how I know they are going to be bringing it, so that if you see it, you won't be yeah, that's how they bring the test. That's how they do it in the exam and so on. So they do it to trick you, but to do it to make you see if you understand what you're doing. So you're not going to get it straightforward all the time. Understand?
Yes, Miss.
So we just have to work it like how them put it. Just work it like how they put it, but read it carefully and know what you must work out first and second. Because not will always be straightforward. And just work out that, just work it out in line. No. You have to read it and know how you're going to work it. Alright? So transportation.
Miss
Someone can
question.
spell.
Miss.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you will find the food cost out, the labor cost out of it. So before we find the transportation cost or the food cost, we're supposed to alter the figure, like take out the labor cost outside it and then
No, we're
so
not
we have to put out
taking
the
out anything, you know. We're not taking out anything. There's nothing taken out. There's no, the labor cost is, remember now, you have to look at what it says. It says a food cost. Our food cost figure is the 5,000 something. That don't change. That don't change yet. So anything we're finding now must be percentage of the food cost. So the food cost figure still remain. So now we have to find the 6% now of our food costs, which is the $5,316, because
Miss,
it did
we
not
don't do the
say.
package. We don't do the packaging as yet.
We don't add the packaging as yet. We find the thing, the percentage, because all the packaging we do is just add to the figure, you know. There's nothing calculated, you know. There's nothing to calculate there. The figure is there. We're not going to, it's not a percentage of anything, so there's nothing to calculate. So after we work out the percentage one now, then we're going to be adding the packaging cost. And then we add all of the figures. Once we have calculated the transportation, we then will add the packaging cost. Then now, after that now, we find the markup last. Because the markup states of cost, not food cost now, you know, on cost. That means that you have to add up everything. So it can be a bit tricky. So we're finding 6% of food cost. We know what the food cost figure is. So now let us work out now what is the transportation cost.
Miss, $318.99.
All right. All right, good. So there's no other percentage to work out except for what? What is left to work out?
The markup.
The markup. So what we have to do now is find the total cost. The total cost. Or we could call it then cost. Finding cost, because when I reach the total cost. So the cost now would be the 5316, which is our food cost figure,
Miss, remember
plus,
the $600.
hold on now, plus, what is the next figure? What we're adding next?
Labor, miss.
The labor,
Yes, Miss.
the labor, then what next?
Mrs. 2126. Yeah. And the transportation cost.
Hold on there. 2126, right? And then now the transportation is
318.99.
now this is now where we bring in the packaging. So we add now the packaging now to find our total money what we spend.
Wait, miss.
Yes.
For the labor overhead is 2,126. So you have 2,121.
Oh, thank you. All right. So add up those now, please.
Miss, $8,362.23.
803.62 and
Yes, miss, and 23 cents.
23 cents. Good. So we have added up the cost. This is a cost now. Now it says now, so the last thing we need to work up now is a markup. So the markup now will be last. So the markup now we find is 40% now of this final figure that we just did.
Miss, it would be 3,344.
And that equal to what?
3,344 and 89 cents.
All right, good. So we need to know now what is our final cost. Because we find the markup. So how we going to find the final cost now? Or we will find the final cost.
Miss, you're going to add the cost and the markup cost.
Excellent. So we're adding the cost plus the mark, and so it's 8,000. And then we add the markup. And that's equal to
11,707.12.
11,000.
$707.12.
All right, good. Therefore, now a question like this, a 20 mark question, this, 20 marks, one just like yes. Right, and that would be it. That's how you finish and you work out that. Right, so that's all that question would have worked out. And so we have to just work it step by step. One question, so one question can still bring a lot though. If the recipe was bigger, you would have more work, you know. Right? That's the end of that. So we have answered all 5 sections. We have used all 5 questions. So you just have to read what it is saying. Right? All right. I am going to ask. So you see, I help you with the first one. On homework. Oh boy. All right. Any questions, anyone? Cause we.
Miss, we can do back the question where he asked.
What's that?
Oh, would I find
Oh, yes. One sec. Yes, that is right. Thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna go back and I'll go back and share my screen. Give me one sec. Tell me when you're seeing back the screen, please.
Yes, Miss, I'm seeing it now.
All right. Let me write back that question that I stated earlier.
Miss Cole.
Yes, dear.
Is Miss Brown at school?
Yes, she is.
Miss, after class, I can tell her, ask her if she joining class or something, because we need to speak to her. Please.
Does she have a class with you? Okay, I will.
Yes, Miss.
I will say to her.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, let me just say to her right now.
All right,
Miss
thanks.
Brown. I know, I am just saying to you, group 1 said when you finish, they want to meet with you. If you can, yeah. After me, yeah, I'm just saying it here. They ask they want to meet with you after, and then, all right. Good. She said she will be meeting with you guys. All right. So.
Okay, thanks, Miss.
Yeah. I'm trying to. All right. Let us put use. Okay, so how much to charge a party of 30 persons in order to realize a profit? So we know what the cost is, right? So this will be the cost for, okay, let's say, okay, all right. I guess what we would have need right here is a yield right here. So let's say this recipe was for 40 persons. All right?
All right.
All right. So we have to know how much the recipe would have been for. Good? So
Yes,
we're
Miss.
saying now this recipe calls for 40 persons. So that means that this price here, the cost here, is for how many persons?
40, Miss.
40. But they want to no. Sorry. Bring this down to, let us bring it not to 30, but bring it down, bring it up to 100.
Oh, yeah.
So the recipe is for 40, but however, we are catering for 100. So we know the cost for the 40 persons, which is 11,000 something. But we want to know, so in order for us to know how much to charge, we must know next find out how much will be the cost for
For one person.
100 persons.
For 100
So we'll have
person.
to find out first how much was the cost for one person first.
Yes.
Then we can find out the cost for 100 persons. Good?
Yes, miss.
Understand? So how we going to find out the cost of one person?
Miss, you can divide the money by the 100 people then.
The final cost.
Divide the money by how much?
The yield, the 100 person.
No, not the
No,
yield,
the
not the 400,
Miss,
the 40.
Miss, but you say 100, you change it to?
No, she changed.
No, no,
Person.
look at it. The yield is of 40 persons,
Oh, I
but
never
we
see it.
catering for 100. Yes, sorry. So the yield
Oh,
is
you
of
change
40.
it.
Right. The yield is of 40. That means it's 40 persons the recipe asks for. But we catering for 100.
Me say I divided the money by the 40.
All right. So so cost for one person.
That's gonna be 292.67.
Hold on
Me,
now. Let me write this something now.
sorry.
Yes.
How much is 2? Cause I think, yeah.
11,707.12, and we divide this by how much? 40.
40.
The how much?
Miss
292. Oh, sorry.
Miss, but the thing is, move put 68 cents or 67.
What it say?
678, but they are on it.
678. You can put 68.
Okay.
Miss, really?
Right.
That means I will make a mistake in a miss.
But your mistake in a major minor. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Respect the major minor.
Then you're going to multiply by 100.
Wait, lock
by 100.
You miss?
Come on, yeah.
Sorry, what you saying now?
Miss should say must times it by the 100 person.
Good, you times it now by the 100.
Yes.
And that give us
29,268.
At
29 2
68.
68
0
0 comma
0
not 2 million.
Yeah, I say I'm not talking on.
Miss
2 million, brother. Oh, you even get 2 million.
Because me write out but the number 29268.
Which number?
Listen, me write out but 29268.
68.
You never put the point.
Just add 20 and then put in the comma them.
No.
So tell me what.
Miss the party I get charged $29,268. I don't know where come on you get $2 billion for.
Alright, so
2 billion.
So cost for one person and then the cost for 100. So we would know. Or you think we could have find out how much profit we would have make?
Boy, miss.
Miss for second or the money where you spend and the money where you charge them and then that's how you profit.
Good. So the cost, remember send out the cost here, sir. So we could have sent out the 29.
That's how much you charge them.
And then we minus it by the 11. No, sir?
Yes, Uh-huh.
1107, and they will know how much profit to make.
Yes, Miss.
Miss, Miss, how would that be the profit?
Miss, oh yeah, subtract. Wait, Miss. I understand. Don't forget the profit, you know, but oh, the final
What?
cost.
Miss,
Remember,
said the
talk again.
29,000 after the 100 person, Miss.
The
And then the
28,000
final,
for the one,
yes,
yes, but
and the
then
final
no.
cost was for, what's what again? Just the final cost.
The final cost was 11,000 something.
Yes,
So
Miss,
when
and that was for the
Oh, the
40
figure
per.
that
so if a
Miss, I
minus the
understand.
100, if a minus the cost now by the profit money we get by this figure we get how much was how much we spend out
Mm-hmm.
for how much for the 100 we get how much was the profit.
Miss, the thing where we are confused is you see through the yield. The yield,
Yes, but
that figure they
we
kind
do
of
the
mix it
yield
up.
already. Remember,
I
so the yield was
understand
for
it, but
40
that's
per.
true. We never made said that figure they never change, and that's why.
All right. So let
Miss,
us minus now and get
Miss,
what is
but
the yeah?
can I get my question, Miss? Miss,
Talk
Miss the
again.
$11,707 and the 12 cents, the final cost. That was for the yield of 40 persons.
Right.
So if that
Uh-huh.
was for the yield of the 40 persons and the 29 is for the yield of the 100 persons, if we Miss, if we take away that how is that going to give us the profit
Because
when
we did the
it was 60
markup of
persons more?
40%. Remember the markup of 40%?
Oh yeah,
Right.
continue.
Remember the markup was there already. So that's why that's all we will end up with it will be a 40% profit. Because we did the markup. So let us calculate it now. Talk to me.
Miss $17,560.88.
17,560 and
560.88.
yeah. So that's how we will calculate the profit. So we know how much was for the 100. We know how much for what the cost for the recipe because the yield was for 40. So all we do is minus out and we get the profit figure. Okay, so hear my advice, everybody. You need to go back over the video, look back at the steps. I'm going to send all of this to you as well, or the working out to you as well. I will send all of that to you guys. All right. You guys really did a good job today, and I'm very proud of you today.
Thanks, Miss.
But my advice is to try getting as much practice as possible.
Miss, Miss,
Yeah?
Miss, Miss, me not get
Yeah.
it. Miss, me not get
What?
it. Miss,
What you not
because
get?
Miss, but alright, Miss say it was said that 292 and 68 cents was per person. Miss, I may just
No,
multiply
right?
that by
By the
60.
100. Which
No, Miss, by
60?
60, and I got the same thing
What
that you just said.
60? What
It's
60?
because, Miss, I'm looking at it like this. Miss, the 29 is the 100 and the 11,000 is the 40. So I was like, if
Uh,
you minus 100 from 40, it equal to 60.
then if you want to work it
So
out
how is
like
this
that
the
here,
profit
well,
when,
but that means you're working out in a different way. You're working it out in a different way because your thinking is a bit different. Do not, so you work it out it that way. What you can do is show me how you work it out and send it to me. You understand? So I can see what you're thinking. I'm not saying it is wrong because there are more than one way to calculate, but I am doing it the way I step by step, but I can work. I know how to work it out. So if you have another way and you think another way, 'cause everybody brain think different, right? So your brain in think another logical way, so you can work it out that way as well. Understand?
yes, Miss.
Yeah. So don't, and it's not wrong. It's just another way, because working with maths have more than one ways to work out something. So if you have a way that is probably a bit based on your thinking and it work at that, all you need to do is show how you get it. Get me?
Yes, miss.
So don't look at it as and not saying it is wrong or the right. It's just you have a different way to work it. Good?
Yes,
So
miss.
don't get confused. I don't think get confused in yourself. It's just that you work it different. All right.
Yes, miss.
So all right. So as I said, I am going to be sending you all of this. And I'll advise, please, I am imploring, go back over the videos. It is only a link away, a click away. Click and go on the videos and check back on what you are doing and go back over the different calculation aspect of it. Please, 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 please. It is imperative that you do so. It is only can help you. All right. Remember, I'm putting some practice questions on the Moodle. I will send out the instructions nearer to the day. The instructions on how to get on the test and so on the quiz. And I'm asking you to please do it so we can see now where you're at, or you can be able to calculate it and do and so on. And then now, based on that now, I will meet with you the final week will be the following week. And then that will be, so we won't have a online class next week because the practice quiz next week. But we'll meet again the following week, which will be our last class, which will be the first. All right?
Yes,
Clear?
miss. Yes, miss.
All right, everybody. So I think we cover a good amount today, and yeah. All right, so take a little breather at 10:30. It's Miss Brown, what time you going to meet with them? No, she's on the phone. All right, so I guess probably about 10:30 you can log on to her part, or 10:45 or so, and you can meet with Miss Brown. All right.
Yes, miss. Thank you.